We have great kids. They're so good. They're well behaved in public and everything. So what do I care if they drop an F-bomb while they're playing video games?
I also allow them, you know what I mean, some stuff that other people were probably wouldn't.
Porno.
Yeah, but I mean, if Hayden wanted to, I wouldn't be mad about it. He's let him be a boy, you know what I mean? He's got the VR, so, you know, it's pretty wild if you wanted to check out that out. But
I ended up landing this tattoo. I got to do the pinup of Travis Kelce riding the accelerator can.
Naked, right?
Yeah.
Naked, yeah.
I get an infraction emailed to me. His teacher's 22, young, and he called him bro. His mom was telling him, hey, I've been telling you, you can't keep this in bounds all the time. He called the teacher bro again when he was explaining the situation, so.
Bro, listen, hold on.
early on in my life, I thought that I was going to be a rapper. We had this group. I'm from Point Place, and it's probably the whitest area in Toledo. Her name was P3, which was Point Place Posse.
Stop it right now.
Yeah, come on. P3, I'll be your hype man. P3, baby. We out in these streets, Point Place.
Yo, here we go. Odo. We're here for episode 4 of the Altruistic Trudge, the TAT podcast. I'm excited to be here with a good friend of mine here today, and I'll introduce her here in a second. But as always, we'll kind of go around, we'll introduce ourselves, let everybody know who we are. I'm TJ. I'm a stepfather. I'm a father. I'm a friend and a business owner. Go ahead, Chris.
Chris, cigar guy, not a quitter.
Sums it up.
I'm very simple.
There it is. Simple man.
Josh Elchert.
Please play that song, Simple Man.
I
Please.
am a quitter, which is why I have the I am a quitter shirt on. Husband, father, don't use step or half. Those are swear words to me. Family man. I do own a few businesses and real estate.
I'm Tara. I am a wife, mother, friend, jack of all trades, Jane of all trades, master of none.
Jane of all trades.
Yeah,
I like that.
business owner, tattoo artist.
Tattoo artist.
Muralist.
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 Yeah.
Meow.
This is all meow. This is all the work that she has done on me, countless hours.
Oh, I have I don't know where the camera is, but I got the Altruistic Trudge right there by her.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
How much I put my cigar out on it? I'm just kidding.
How could you do that?
I'm just kidding.
So we took a couple week hiatus. Is the word hiatus? Hiatus. And what we've been thinking about, like who we could bring on as far as the other gender. We obviously we don't want to be all inconclusive and a bunch of dudes on here just talking shit. So who better than a really good friend of mine? So normally how it goes is what we'll do is I'll ask a couple of questions that are kind of be geared towards you. Then we'll have some that are kind of geared towards everybody. And then we'll try to keep it kind of lighthearted and fun. I remember the first time we had a podcast, Chris was like, when are you going to send me the questions? I'm like, I got you, for like a month. It was like the minute of, and I'm like, here you go. And so in true fashion, I just did the same thing. So nobody even knows what the questions are other than I really don't even know. So
Because why prepare for anything in life?
yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's better when it's genuine, right?
I just be winging it.
You can still be genuine and have the questions in advance.
I feel like people think about the answers and things, and they don't say what they think, and so that or I'm just lazy. One of the two, probably the latter.
Both.
Latter, probably.
Usually, it's a combination of both. Is the real.
And so the first question I have is like it kind of fits the narrative for all of us, and what it says is like how do we like balance like our passions and like our business and like family, and like what does that look like for us, and like what have been some of the trials and tribulations of that. And I know somebody who is well versed in this, so I'll let Josh start to kind of kick it off.
I'm terrible at it, but I have been getting better. For me, a key component of that was that my wife runs one of the entities that I own at her own office without me. When we were together in the same office, there was no continuation or break from the work day to the evening. We'd be sitting at the dinner table, and we still do occasionally do it, talking about work stuff. but it's about trying to have clear boundaries and work and build on those. Honestly, Dressel is one big person that kind of like convinced me to change on my way home, because like part of his process is when he's heading home, he shuts off all the negative energy, because once he walks in that front door, if that negative energy is with him, then it's going to go to his kids. So I don't always do it well, but I'm working towards that goal. It seems to be working, but I'm always going to have balance issues because I do too much. I help too many people. I have too much going on, and I'm trying to limit them. A lot of things are being limited, selling of businesses, selling of properties that I no longer have interest in, or handing them off. But I think it's something that every single person in this room is going to have to work on and learn to master. And I don't think there's any perfect solution. I think the perfect solution is defined by you and your situation. That's it.
What about you, Chris?
Separation of work and passion is easy if work is your passion. I picked something fun to do. I went to very fancy schools and got very fancy educations and was ready to go to medical school, and that sounded like zero fun. So I picked the thing that was my hobby to be my career. So that part's easy. The other part's hard. It helps when your wife is just as driven and busy as you are. So if you're both busy and you're both being bad at leaving work at work, then neither one of you can get too upset. But we try. We go pretty much every Friday out to dinner and do our thing. Maybe we throw in a margarita lunch on a Sunday. But yeah, the work and passion thing is an easy answer for me. It's not always the same for everybody. Not everyone gets to work in their passion. And that's sad, but also just a reality. And the work-home balance thing is, I'm not great at it, but as long as she's not great at it, I'm not in trouble.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Tara?
This is a very loaded question. It's been an ongoing issue. However, I'm kind of like cheating the system a little bit on this one. So I have difficulties separating work from home because I do a lot of work at home, like design and stuff. And then my passions are just creating anything, and that leaves zero time for my family. However, we've recently kind of started up the family brand. So instead of stopping what I'm doing and having family time, the family time is part of doing. Yes, so we're constantly creating all kinds of stuff.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So it initially started with T-shirts. So we do have those, but it's kind of, like I said, branching out. Like my daughter enjoys making the jewelry, and I'm currently crocheting.
Yeah.
Actually, it's very cool. You will love it, I think. I'm making
Socks?
No,
Hats.
it gets stored rolled up. It's a blanket, but it gets stored rolled up, and it's like a giant cigar.
Nice.
So it's for my dad. Shh.
That's the suit you should have to wear.
And actually,
He still hasn't got it.
segue.
She can create it. She can crochet you a cigar suit to
Okay.
wear.
What is
This
this?
is for TAT. It's a little gift from me.
How do I even open
From
this
Get
thing?
Farked. That's our brand.
Get Fart.
Get
I love
Farked.
that.
Last name is Farkas, and so yeah, that should just slide out.
This should?
Yeah, it's for Geely. You're backwards.
That's fire.
I haven't seen it yet. Oh, that's sweet.
So
That was created by the family?
I did this one. It's hand engraved, the TAT logo.
Nice.
That's sweet.
It's fire.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There's no wall space.
Yeah, I gotta put it back away.
Good luck.
You should definitely go in your guys' office and not here with all my and
This
not here with
is-
all my degenerates.
This is our office. This is our
Very true.
remote office. It could go right by the quitters, right under the shoes. Bam, bam.
It should just.
Here, give it to me. I'll give it to Emma.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Can you check the score for Dad?
Work-life balance right there.
We might not be able to pay the rent if my team loses. So, huh?
12, 13.
Yeah. Not actual bet. It's a friendly bet. He has to do push-ups. He would never actually gamble.
Yeah, no gambling, just like you.
Yeah.
You've probably taught him.
Yeah.
The Horsehead team is winning.
The Horsehead team. Fair. Okay, so back into the company. The branding name is what?
Yes, it's Get Farked, based on our last name. And our like little motto thing is like teaching our children to be creatively offensive and politely reckless. So like pushing the bounds and like we have great kids. They are menaces when they choose to be, but they are so good. They're well behaved in public and everything. So what do I care if they drop an F-bomb while they're playing video games or, I don't care. We don't care. Just as long as they learn to do it correctly, you don't use it at people and that kind of stuff. So just allowing them to have that kind of freedom and channel it into their creativity. Our logo is our 6-year-old's double middle fingers with the Get Farked tattoos.
Nice.
I want a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Actually, it brings me to, we do have a website up and running, getfark.com. Can order the shirts on there. We have a new drop coming very soon. Limited time designs. Did I say that right?
Sure.
Words are hard sometimes.
I have no idea.
So each design is only available for a limited time.
Got you.
So the next drop is coming soon, a few days. The mirrors are on there now. They're one-of-one designs. My husband, John, does a daily T-shirt design, just a random upcycle. So he'll go to Salvation Army and find just random T-shirts and like create a design based on what already exists on it, or maybe it's a plain shirt. And so those will be available tomorrow, I think. But just having fun and doing little vendor booths and
That's dope. I love that.
yeah.
So brought the creativity into the family.
That just caught me in the butt on Friday. So, like, we also let our kids occasionally cuss, occasionally do things. But all week, Connor was calling my wife bro, and she kept correcting him, like, listen, I'm not your bro. Stop it. And he word for word said, I know when to turn it off, and I know when not to, kind of like what she was alluding to. And up until this point, he did a very good job. And then Friday, he's going to the St. Francis game, and at 2:15, I get an infraction emailed to me. His teacher's 22, young student, and he called him bro. And then the teacher corrected him, and he called him something else. Turns out, for Connor's benefit, that it was only a warning, so he was only punished to not be able to go to the game, and then we were able to talk to him and correct him. But while his mom was telling him, hey, I've been telling you, you can't keep this in bounds all the time, he called the teacher bro again when he was explaining the situation. So,
Bro, listen, hold on. There are worse infractions than bro. It's just it's vernacular. It's their generation's vernacular. I mean,
for sure, but it's Catholic school, and he did get a warning, not an infraction, or he would have been grounded. And I agree with you. He could have said way worse things, but like, I do agree with her. But I want him to actually keep it in bounds and not slip up. Is all I'm saying. So for sure, it could have been worse.
Like bro is a bad thing.
At TPF, it's Toledo Public School. They would have high-fived him.
To be fair, like, my kids say a lot of things. Do not call me bro. I'm not your bro. I am your mom. It'll send me.
Yeah. No, I get that. If it's your mom, I guess if it's a teacher, I guess I understand. Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I can remember actually pretty vividly. We were at your house the one day, and they were downstairs, and like Hayden come upstairs, and he's like, he said shit or whatever, and And then I was like, and Stacia said something, and she's like, yeah, we let our kids swear. And I was like, they let them swear, but you can't. So go outside. You know what I mean? And so like, for me, I'm pretty loose, but like the cussing thing is like, the cussing thing for me is like, I don't know. I just don't, my mom, probably because of the way my mom was. So like, it's a tough sell for me, because he'll be upstairs and like on the VR. Cussing. And he's going in, you know what I mean? Like he's just going, and I'm like, you can't talk. He's got kicked off twice out of the Roblox or
kicked off or banned
for like 3 days or whatever from like saying like derogatory words or like racist statements or like
racist statements. Hold on,
racist statements are one thing, but we need to stop this bullshit with the cursing. They're adjectives, they're verbs, they're descriptors. This sensitivity to it, just be desensitized by now. My wife is a brilliant surgeon. She curses in the operating room, and I goddamn promise you want her to operate on you.
Yeah. What?
So, like,
They say it's a sign of intelligence.
it's just so stupid. Oh, it's a word. Oh, you're in trouble for a word? Are you kidding me? Oh, fuck off.
It depends on who you're using it. So I mean, he's up there like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You know what I mean, kind of thing. So it's like
not using it at people.
Yeah.
That's also locker room talk because he's playing a game.
Yeah.
all right, defend the racist part.
I'm not defending it.
He said that aside.
Yeah, well, the racist comes in with discrimination, and maybe you can call somebody stupid, like you know what I mean.
That's not racist. Stupid plus a word.
Yeah. You're slower than average, kind of that kind of stuff. So like, it's a discrimination, and
Well, that's an oxymoron.
So, but anyway, so it's just, but I also allow them to have cell phones and like, you know what I mean? Some stuff that other people were probably would be like, yeah, but I mean, if Hayden wanted to, I wouldn't be mad about it, And so he's let him be a boy, you know what I mean? He's got the VR, so, it's pretty wild if you wanted to check that out. But yeah, but
I've heard.
Yeah.
So you've had no instances of at school?
No.
That's
no.
awesome.
They're still pretty young though.
Yeah, but like I said, they're very good at, I always use the, if you wouldn't say it, my dad, they call him Grumpa. If you wouldn't say it to Grumpa's face, it's not appropriate to say.
Got it.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's been a continuation of struggle for like the balance thing of my passion is my business as well. So I'm lucky there too. I mean, golf is a passion of mine too that I kind of got slipped away into for a little while and kind of backed off for a little bit, But
yeah, they said you suck.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad lately. But it's because I haven't been working on as much because I've been busy. But I mean, I've been learning to shut it off sometimes. As far as like the phone calls and the emails, but like the weight of the scenario still carries into the home life, for me. And it's like, it's hard not to, because it's like, okay, sure, I want to spend time with my family, like I want to like shut it off and spend time with my family. But a lot of what I do with my family is dependent upon what is going on in the business.
For sure.
So like,
Fair.
So it's like, if that's not going to go well, like, is it going to look the same for us? And so trying to shut that off is sometimes tough, and I try not to allow it to affect them. But what it then turns into is like me kind of shutting myself off from them so they can have that time. And then I get the why are you distant thing. But I'm learning though. At least I'm not working consecutively until 10 o'clock at night.
I will say, even since last year this time, you have improved immensely, because it used to be second to none. That phone call was priority. Mm-hmm. And you have simmered down a little bit.
I have missed calls on my phone that I didn't call back.
Me too.
One of them's me.
I have the opposite problem with you. I call you, and you did call me back today, though. But I think another thing for your situation specifically is that in a month or two, the way that you'll have a whole different outlook, because the financial piece is really what causes that pressure to always feel like you have to be involved. So once you relieve that pressure, having a few more dollars allows you to, one, bring somebody in to field some of those phone calls or things that you can on the weekend. And then two, you're just more comfortable because you have a little bit more savings in the bank, where you're not feel like you have to grind out the 7 car payments you have, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So
7 cars? Is that what we're doing now? I have 1 car payment.
Let me get one.
Yeah.
Not a payment, a car.
A car. Yeah. But that was another thing. It doesn't matter.
There's what I'm saying is, you feel like example, we talk about like, hey, maybe you shouldn't acquire this now and you should wait. And you're like, yeah, but that's just going to motivate me to work even harder. And my personal perspective is, if you stop and just stabilize, then when you acquire it in 2 months, you still can have the same theory and then have that peace at home.
That's fair.
And for the record, wherever the camera is, I suck at it too. So I'm really good at giving advice and terrible at following it.
So the next question I have is, I'll start with you on this one, and then what personal growth have you gotten from really diving into the business that you're in?
This year, start of this year, I vowed this to be what I called my push year, where I was all in. Every opportunity I was taking, I was going to push myself to the limits.
Push it to the limit.
I surely got what I was aiming for, that's for sure. But what it has done was allowed me to project my professionalism, the seriousness in my career. No one questions anymore, well, what do you do for full-time? I do this more than full-time. Nobody questions that anymore because I apply myself in a manner that says, this is how I earn my living. I take this very seriously. It's not just some gig, So the way that I showcase myself has definitely improved my faith in myself, my trust in myself, my worth in myself. Is all noticeably growing.
Do you attribute any outsiders to that faith?
100%. Like I said, I vowed to kind of take every opportunity I was able to take this year. And, TJ had kind of been picking at me for quite a while to push me in a direction of, basically feeding, investing in self, taking a step in a direction. And I always had a reason, an excuse, so whatever. And actually, you and Dressel stopped in on TJ's session, and I kind of just started talking about my frustrations at the place I was at in my career. And he had an appointment with his tattoo artist, and that's how I was linked with Cody Clow at
Shout out Toledo Tattoo.
Toledo Tattoo.
We need a like, a follow, and a share.
Smash that like button. So I jumped on that opportunity, and that was the whole step
Catalyst.
towards
Sorry to interrupt, but even being there in the room, I could kind of feel that that was what you needed to do. Mm-hmm. And then seeing you do it was dope. And then I was able to get a few pieces from you. But that's the reason I asked that question, is that I think most of us, everybody here has somebody that's pushed them to help them. And you've done an amazing job at it, and it definitely shows that what you do and how you do it. Maybe you should talk a little bit about the what's the football player?
Oh,
Tell that story. That's a good story.
Yeah, it's a good story. Yeah, go ahead.
It was,
Travis Kelce.
yeah, Travis Kelce, the pinup tattoo. It was like the stars aligned on it. I was at work later than I normally would be. Random phone call. I answered the shop phone, which I avoid at all costs normally. And so this guy calls and he says, "Have you seen the viral Jason Kelce tattoo?" And I'm like, "No, but I like where this is going. Keep talking to me." And so I ended up landing this tattoo, and it was a pinup of Travis Kelce riding the accelerator can.
Naked, right?
Naked, yep.
Yeah.
And I would have been just as happy just getting to do that tattoo because I like doing like the fun, silly stuff. But knowing that it was probably going to be seen and taking that on with full confidence, like a year ago, I might have tried to pass that to somebody for fear, you know?
Wait, who do we do it on?
His name is Nick.
Shout out, Nick.
Shout out, Nick. He,
Like Culture.
he's in a neighboring city.
All right, that's fine. I didn't know if we did it on Travis.
He is an officer in his area, and he got it on his thigh, and he was all over interviews. And
What was the premise? You got the energy drink for like a year or something?
no,
right?
he got, I think it was like 24 cases he got of the accelerator, and a badass tattoo and bragging rights and all of that. He got a signed Kelce jersey as well.
And then the two brothers have a podcast too. And then
Yeah.
they talk.
Watch out, boys, we're coming for you.
All right. And then they put him on it. And my recollection is he tried to like shout you out directly, but they kind of like took that part out. It seemed like, or did they?
Yeah, they cut it out of a lot.
Yeah.
But actually, I was very grateful to Jason and Travis or whoever does their tech or whatever you call it, because they did made sure to put my name, the artist credit on there,
Nice.
and spoke about both myself and the artist that did.
Yeah, it was pretty big. It was on local news. Yeah, it was like a.
I posted it, and I think within an hour I had an email from Good Morning America or something like that. I was like, oh shit.
And they took it down on TikTok though after like you had a bunch of views.
mine it was flagged for nudity.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I was like, is it because Travis Kelce's thigh is showing or Nick's thigh is showing? Just one too many.
Yeah,
You know.
that's true. I guess I didn't think about that.
But it was awesome, because my tattoo is on this podcast, and to get to see my kids be pumped about, it was just a very, very cool thing. So yeah, like without you stopping in because you're overworkers, without you guys stopping in on TJ's session, it wouldn't have set off the chain of events to, have that kind of experience.
Sorry to interrupt you again. I call that the ripple effect. Like, what can I do to impact somebody's life? What can I do to impact your life so you impact his life, so you impact his life, so even Coven's life get impact? And when you can watch that ripple effect, or like you throw a stone, like if you ever skipped a stone, I don't know if they'd still do that today's day and age, but the same thing kind of happens. And like to be able to be altruistic and try to help people and then see stuff like that happen is the utmost joy to me. Not in a prideful way, but just in a like, man, that's awesome the way that it all worked out. You know what I mean? I think you guys should talk about what you're doing together. Chris, and you should talk about what you're doing together.
We're having cigars.
Is it top secret?
I don't know if I'm allowed to. I haven't paid yet. I don't even remember the question.
So it's the personal growth, and how is the business growth affected your personal growth, or vice versa,
I don't know if I have a good answer for that. It was not. an industry in which promotes personal growth.
No?
We party for a living. I mean,
I feel like networking and
sure.
communicating with people.
Have you gotten better with the no?
if I gotten better with the no,
No.
no, I don't say no very often.
Relatable.
I don't know. I'm kind of, something stuck out of my head when I originally heard the question, and I don't really remember how it relates, but like, I'm kind of a lone wolf, or I was for a long time in my industry. My wife's a physician. I'm in the cigar industry. She, has input, but like, could care less, honestly. Like, and I don't have partners. Like, I did the first shop myself for a very long time by myself, lone wolf. No growth there, just me doing me. So I guess there's a little bit more of growth now that I have a partner, but it's also my childhood best friend. So like, there's nothing new there. I mean, you guys want to, no, honestly, no offense, but because normally when people say no offense, they mean total offense. You want a fun podcast? You get us non-quitters together for a podcast one time, me and Rob, and you guys will go viral.
We definitely need
Yeah,
that.
we'll do that for sure. Yeah, whenever he's in town. I would love to be able to do that.
So I don't have a good answer for this question. It also feels very AI generated, last minute type thing.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. So for me, because when I'm thinking about like what business has done for me, it's done a lot. It has done a lot for me. I think that like early on for me, it was like I was very much I needed to be seen all the time. Like I needed to be heard all the time.
No.
And then I had to be I had to be noticed in what I was doing. And so that's why like being a group facilitator or like being the person that's on the front lines like with the clients was really good for me. And like I never wanted to step away from that because it was like, what does it look like if I don't do that? And so what it's done for me lately is that like I don't really see them as much. And so now it's like it's changed my mindset towards like what I can do, because what I'm doing now is I'm elevating the staff to be better for the client. And so like I don't get the accolades that I used to because like I'm not really seen. And so like now it's the staff that gets that. And so like for me, it's like allowed me to see myself in a different light, that like I can still do good, but nobody has to notice, and that was like that was trouble for me. I used to say it all the time. It's like the person who opens up the door for the old lady. You know what I mean? You open the door for the old lady. She doesn't say thank you, and you're like, you stupid bitch. You know what I mean? And like, the truth of the matter is, if that's what I'm thinking, if I'm opening the door for the old lady and I'm waiting for her to say thank you, I open the door for her to say thank you, not because I thought I needed to open the door for her. And I said that, but I never really meant it. Like now it's like I do it because it's the right thing. Like you don't need to say thank you.
Think about the ripple effect of you help the employee helps the client, client takes it out into the world, and how many people do they impact? And like if you let that be your motivation, and the joy is like the success stories, the Drews of the world. I just picked somebody randomly, nobody else feel left out. You're all important, but like you breathe life into the staff, they breathe life into the clients, and then it's a whole movement that you can create, honestly. And like being able to take the joy in the end product rather than getting like the hey, I did it all by myself type of thing. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That is really big growth.
For sure. No, yeah. No.
Get you little motive checker.
And then it's and then like into the family life, like into the family life, it's like, I think early on, like I struggled with that, like if, like what,
sucked.
Yeah, like what that looks like. And now it's like I'm starting to breathe life into the little ones in the house, and like I am their father. You are correct when I say stepfather, but I am their father, and they look to me for advice, and but I am like the hammer still. but like I'm also the hammer who will then sit down afterwards and have the conversation of why I'm the hammer and like why it's important. And that's all stemming from like creating security in me and understanding that like everybody's ideas matter, not just mine, you know? And so it's been good for me for sure.
The amount of personal growth that you've had over the past 6 months is, frankly, as a person that for the course of 20 years has helped people grow personally or attempted to and had plenty of failures and plenty of successes, you have literally killed it on the personal side, which in the end of the day, that's the only really size that matters, right? You could lose it all tomorrow and you're going to be stuck with the people that were within your four walls, right? And so I just want to say publicly that not only am I proud of you, but that I'm motivated by you, because when you if you're using a few of the techniques that I implored you to use and I'm at a weak point, then I know I have to not make that mistake, because I can't make you look better than me. So it works.
Yeah.
Stacia, we love you.
Next question, AI.
Yeah. Well, well, if you got better ones, you know, you got better ones.
He probably does.
Yeah, like give us one then.
I'll do the questions next time. You just let me know when actually the week is going to happen.
Yeah. Well, just the next one, start thinking of them now, and then the next ones are yours. Yeah, there it is. And I won't have to worry about it.
Episode 5.
Yep. So I want to kind of like look into some of the funnier stuff in life, and I think that all of us have kind of our friends, and Chris and I are becoming better friends, and you know, and we're like learning each other. But you know, our start.
Has it got romantic yet, or is it just platonic?
Well, I don't think he looks at me that way yet, but
I'll do anything once.
yeah, I love that. You know, me too. So I like that you have the man chest out today. So that's.
Listen, my wife hates the man meat, but you gotta let the man meat go. Shout out Glenn Steele, famous ex-football player. He would always talk about his man meat. That's where I stole that from. My wife hates it. She hates it. She goes, buttons up a button, button another button. I've removed buttons just so she can't rebutton.
Take the button off?
Can't rebutton if there's no button, babe.
You can't button the button if there's no button there. That makes sense. I like that for sure. But I think that like our first meeting of the minds, or us meeting together, was in one of these places that we used to go, and
Cigar lounge?
yeah, cigar lounge, yeah, for sure, a cigar lounge. It was actually a vape lounge-ish.
Kinda.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, let's talk about my last 1-star review really quick.
Yeah.
Didn't like the colors that we picked for the sign because it looked like a vape store.
Yeah.
That's what they said?
Yep. I'm almost certain your buddy Kyle told one of his customers to tell him that.
I rebutted it, didn't I? Or was that another one?
There's been 2 recent ones that were just so ridiculous. I'm going to actually start a, what do you call it? Like a segment on my Instagram where I read my bad reviews, because the bad ones are so awful. It's just funny at this point.
You can report them too, like, and say
so
they're badges of honor.
They're so dumb. They're so unbelievable. Like, the name is Black Rose. Obviously, the colors pick themselves.
Right.
Black and red, idiot. It also says Cigar Lounge, in case you missed it when you walked in to buy a cigar. I mean, obviously, it wasn't a vape place.
We should all get on there and troll them. That's how you get them to delete it. Like, well, what color should you use? Like, what is the vape colors?
We should vape in front of the building. It'd be like, vapes are dumb, and then like, well, then it'll like segue into us to smoking a cigar. Yeah,
Good one. That'd be a good, like, halfway through the episode to do that. That's hilarious.
for sure.
That's my new segment, by the way. Sneak peek.
The fact-
I'm gonna start reading my bad reviews.
Whoever that guy or girl is that took the time to take out their phone to leave a 1-star review about a color, that is ridiculous. And will you be our next guest on the show? Because you obviously are an interesting person to take a couple minutes out of your life because of sign color.
He also had a problem with our loyalty program, so I just apologized for saving him money and moved on.
Sorry.
Your loyalty program's dope. I've saved a lot of money because of the loyalty program. Mind you, the other places in town, I went because I had to be quick the one day, and I went there because we were heading out of town. And I grabbed. It was the queen bees here. I think I pay $8 and some change because of the loyalty program and the stuff that we get. We're a $4 difference. So shout out to that person that knows who you are, and it was a $4 difference. So come to Black Rose and don't vape because it's stupid.
Hey, now.
What do you vape?
Yeah.
2025. We smoke cigars.
I can't smoke a cigar.
We need to find
In
you
public.
the right cigar.
Well, I enjoy a cigar, but it's not like I can't.
Do it anytime.
I can't be crocheting my blanket, puffing on a cigar in my living room.
On the porch, you can.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the burr months.
So,
Hold on. Let's read it right now. We'll start right now.
Let's go.
let's do it.
This place looks like a vape. This place looks like a vape spot. The way it has been designed and styled, the reward point system is stupid, and they lack variety and knowledge in cigars. I got 20 years. How about you, bud? Red and black on a storefront never looks good unless you're opening a tobacco hut. By the way, the local tobacco hut's colors are brown and yellow. Moron. Shout out Tobacco Hut.
Yeah.
So he still came in, and then your selection is the best. Like, what? What? Never mind.
Can I just say you're kind of like my spirit animal right now?
Yeah.
I just was talking about this 2 days ago at the shop. So I posted some flash designs for a flash sale. No, nothing, whatever, no big deal. And someone I don't know reacted to it. And I was like, I'm not built for the internet because what is funny about it? What is funny?
Yeah.
Like, why? You could have just kept trolling.
I did comment and respond, and then, surprisingly, the not voice of reason in our partnership and friendship, Rob told me to take it down, which is just wild because he's the complete opposite of take it down. But I took it down, so and I'm going to start my segment.
That's I guess really smart. Maybe I should just put some 1-stars on there for you to just go
Honestly,
with.
You should just give him like 10 minutes at the end of each podcast, and he can do
we don't
his.
have that many 1-star. We don't have that many 1-stars.
He can read his favorite bad review.
Yeah.
Mean comment.
Mean comments.
Yeah.
The mean comments review. But back to what I was talking about, which was when we first met. Do you remember what that was like and what happened? Do you remember?
I do remember.
And what happened?
I apparently was a crappy treasurer of this place we went to. I was responsible for buying coffee and coffee-related items, making sure they were stocked and everything. And I believe our first interaction ever was you giving me shit about not having coffee creamer, which I don't use. So I didn't really care because, and it launched this whole back and forth. We were coffee creamer apostles, and
Because we had to hike across the street or whatever it was.
yeah,
Yeah.
to the CVS. I haven't thought about that in a long time.
Yeah. Well, the reason I brought that up is because I think that when we're looking at the segue of our lives or our friendships or whatever that means, the origination of what our friendship was banter. Mm-hmm. And I think that you and I have really good banter. And so if there was one defining moment in our friendship that kind of defines us, what would you say it is?
Defining moment?
Mm-hmm.
That's tough. That's really tough because there's a couple different ways I could answer that. But I think that, over the course of the years, we have had many variations of our friendship. It looked very different in different time periods. But I think the first pivotal moment for us, or situation for us, was the first heavy dark time or thing we experienced together, and setting harsh boundaries, and then still finding our way to friendship. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know.
She's talking about a relapse. I showed up and my eyes were crooked because I smoked too much crack that night, and I showed up on their doorstep. So she's being very nice.
I didn't want to,
Yeah, no, fair.
So, I literally dumped his drugs in the street, told him I'm happy to help you by way of giving you a ride to detox. He didn't want to do that, and so I said, well, I hope you make it back.
I was really mad. She dumped my drugs, for sure.
I was really mad you made me have to dump your drugs. And so, that was what had to happen. And then, thankfully, you made your way back, and we were still friends. And I think that was, a huge thing for me, because I had never felt it was okay to set boundaries with people. And, you know what I mean? So to sustain through something like that.
Today at Jimmy John's, we're eating at Jimmy John's.
The comic relief.
And my wife ran out to the car to get something, and she's like, "There's a pack in the street or in the parking lot, a pack." And I'm like, "Nah, we're in Perrysburg, right?" I'm like, "Stop it!" And I look from the window. I'm like, damn, that does look like a pack. And Connor follows me. So I go out there and I'm interested, and I'm kicking it with my shoe, and I'm like, yeah, that's a pack. And Connor's 10, and that was a question, but also I answer. He's like, "Can I have it?" I'm like, "What? What are you gonna do with it, Connor?" And he just said it. He really wasn't thinking, but it blew my mind that, TJ, when you took him to rehab, you made him throw it away. It must still be there. I don't know. But then the other part that my son was in, and he's like, "I'll sell it." I'm like, what?
Who are you selling it to?
Christ the King? I got the pack, and we don't even know what it is. It's fentanyl or cocaine. We have no clue. I'm like, dude, when we get home, we're having a serious talk.
Hold on. We can't stifle the entrepreneurship.
I just want it to be legal. That's it. I love the entrepreneurship, but she runs a snack shack that kills it. But I'm not with fentanyl or crack sales, and it helps our business eventually.
Think about
when
how
they
much
decide
better.
to quit. But I don't know. That was wild to me. But it reminded me of a similar situation where probably somebody was in that same situation and wanted to go to detox, and was like, I gotta give it away. So she took you to detox.
Yeah, well, they attempted to take me to
No,
detox.
he refused to go.
So you gave up the drugs and then didn't go?
Well, yes, and yes. I didn't give them up. They were in the house. Was the problem.
He forgot his pants.
My pants.
Or something?
Yeah, for some reason I don't know how that happened, but
So you had no pants, or is
no.
he had,
I had shorts on.
Showered.
Yeah, I had shorts on. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I hadn't showered in a few days. It was it was a wild time. So, but yeah. So that's how that happened.
You destroyed the pack?
He was like, "Oh, I forgot my pants," and he was weirdly worried about these pants. So we were like, "Okay, sir." So we went in and retrieved said pants, and there, sure enough, was drugs in the pocket. So I brought them to outside and ripped it open into the street.
Next time, just give it to Connor.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll flip that shit for you.
So I guess I had that same question for you, Chris, but kind of directed towards Josh, so that we don't what was the first impression, or how has it since changed, or kind of the whole thing. I mean, we have the quitter thing up here, so there has been a development change in the friendship, but what was the initial like for you with like when you met Josh?
Oh, me?
It's for Chris.
What was the initial?
Yeah, like the initial, like it's like for her it was like the coffee apostle thing that kind of like translated into what it is now, and like for you it was like when you first met Josh and us, and like the idea of what we
Yeah,
were.
I don't even know if we were open yet. We were getting close to being open. This is going to parlay back into one of my 1-star reviews, but we'll get there. You'll see. You'll see. It's a hell of a segue. So we have a mutual friend. Shout out Chris Bosinger. He said, he's always trying to help people, and that's just the kind of guy Chris is. Even before he tried to monetize it now.
BRG, Beacon Referral Group, get at us.
Yeah. Anyways, he's set me up with Josh, and he's like, these guys are great. These guys love cigars. Like, this will be good for your business. You got to meet them. I was like, yeah, sure. Like, whatever you want to send them in, I'll show them around. Like, and it was like 20 minutes later, like they're on their way, or something like that. I was like, well, I'm here. And then I don't know what I was particularly. We might have only been like a week before opening, and then we were training or whatever. And I just saw this guy like milling around in the parking lot, and I was like, I didn't know what he looked like. And I just kind of walked out and introduced myself. I didn't know I was introducing myself to the guy that Chris had connected us with.
You thought I was an inspector?
Who knows? I mean, the amount of union people that just milling around the parking lot, like trying to spy on you.
Yeah.
Just all sorts of people. We're going to still get back to that. I just introduced myself. We started talking. I don't think there was anything more than that. And then I think when I realized who it was, I was like, hey, let's have a tour. I think we walked through the place, spent another 20 or so minutes. You sign us up. I'm like, I can't take your money yet, but like I'll lock you in, type thing, right? And that was kind of the start of that.
Yeah. No, we signed up the next day. I think we smoked here daily until you.
Yeah, I don't even think we were. Yeah, shh. But on that same topic of that's what I did. I sat in this place for a year from before we got approvals to start construction to construction. I was here and just trying to do the things I needed to do. And people, this shout out Scotty B, I guess, but he put the sign up like a year too early. He did an incredible sign, but the sign went up real quick. I found out about it on his Instagram page. I didn't even know it was going up. And so people would stop in because it's, there's this sign on the building now, and it looked like we were open. And so anybody who walked in, I told them what we were going to be, and I would give them a tour. One of those guys I gave the tour to recently, because his name was so unique that you would remember it, gave me a 1-star review on Instagram after I spent 30 minutes giving him a pre-tour on what we were going to do.
And what was his beef?
Well,
Yeah.
well,
I love this.
We need tea when he's drinking. We should drink tea when he's saying these.
nothing. Hold on, mic close. Nothing to drink but water and coffee. Nobody working there with any knowledge of cigars. 1 star. I did respond to this one and not delete it. We sell a variety of soft drinks and iced tea. And you are welcome to bring in your own beverage if you would like. But I do apologize for the free water and coffee. We will strive to do better. But that was one of the guys. Same thing I did with you. I did with this guy. And his name was so unique that you can't forget it. And then a 1-star review shows up 4 months after we open.
Yeah.
Just wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, the water's free. Nowhere else you go is it free. The coffee, yeah.
That's fancy water.
It's fancy water. The Cuban coffee is
Yeah.
bar none the best in town. Like, yeah.
We ripped through that coffee. That is not a cheap amenity. We ripped through that coffee.
No, it's
Buy
really
sugar
good.
in 50-pound bags.
Really? Yeah, I you know what? I thought it was a trash the one time actually, and I was like, oh, here's the trash. I was looking for a trash, and I'm very absent-minded most of the time, so I see a trash even though there's another one right next to it. But I opened it up, and I'm like, that's not trash. It was just a huge thing of sugar. It's like gigantic. You know what I mean?
I apologize if that triggered you in any way.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna snort it, but then I realized it probably hurt. So fair.
I do feel like adding the soft drinks was a genius move though. But dude, you can do whatever you want. You could bring your own. If water and coffee isn't good enough, like, come on, like, you can go to the store across the street. People are wild, and you touched on in today's day and age, and it's like, I understand the negativity on Facebook, but to take the time to write a 1-star review like that, like, that's a lot of effort. It's somebody's business. Like, if you have I leave a lot of 5-star reviews, but to get me to leave a 1-star review, it's literally like, it has to be so bad, or like food poisoning or something like that, where you really are trying to protect somebody. But like that guy just sounds silly. And your response was amazing, though. Like, we'll try to do better. Like,
now listen, I won't even do that. Like, you could food poison me. I go to the hospital, and I'm still going to call you first
before you
and
do
say,
it.
hey, listen, like, I'm pretty sure the shrimp was bad. Just wanted to give you the heads up in case you still have some in the cooler, like, whatever. Because those reviews are impossible to get rid of. And my partner is one of the best lawyers in the freaking world. And we couldn't get it taken down even if we wanted to. Like,
it follows you.
And it's just so silly. And nobody looks at the 1-star reviews and reads them. They just look at the
overall,
the aggregate of the average of your 1s and 5s and whatever. And they go, oh, okay, well. Like, so those 1-star reviews hurt the number. Mm-hmm. And if they were to read the 1-star reviews, they're like, oh, well, most normal people, oh, that's dumb. I don't care what color the sign is.
Text me this week, and there is an agency that can remove them. It's not expensive.
It's
I got you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and we can get you a ton more, because as you level up, it levels that off.
Just, that's what I mean.
I mean, I feel like there should be like some like gauging system where it's like, how does this even make sense?
Well, the absolute defense to slander is the truth. I mean, like, but Google doesn't care. You can't just say like, well, this isn't true, and then they take it down. Right. You know.
I reported while we were sorry to interrupt. While we were sitting here, I reported all of them for various reasons. So I got 2 off of Heel Space. I won 2. Yeah, so it can happen. But there's actually a tool that they will go in and do it for you. No. It's not expensive either. Sorry, go ahead, Tara.
I was just going to say, I am a person that I love reading the 1-star reviews. But mostly it's in this fashion. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, it says there's 10 1-star reviews, but what is the context of them? And then I'm normally like, listen to this. What an idiot. Like, and so it's just wild. Like Josh said, who has time to just sit and...
Someone with no friends.
Like, that's wild.
I mean, I couldn't fathom going, oh, I have time for this. Let me do this. Right. Have I been pissed before at a restaurant on the way I've been treated, or XYZ, or... This might sound a little snobby or come off snobby, but, like, I enjoy really nice dining experiences. And I'm well-versed, and I know all about it, and all my friends own restaurants. I know what good service is. I know it's not. But at the end of the day, I end up looking like this when I go out. Like, I'm not the fanciest looking guy when we go out. And when I get treated poorly because of the way I dress at a place that's going to cost $1,000 to eat at, I get really angry. But I don't go online and go,
right.
Because I don't have time.
It's not worth it. I will say that, so I came in, did I come Friday?
You did, yes.
My first time here. And anyone that I have spoken to about here, I called my dad as soon as I left here, because I was just pumped at the way it felt when I walked in here as... There's people.
Dylan.
The way it felt when I walked in here, it felt so welcoming. I don't know the woman at the front.
At that time, it was probably either.
It was the same. It was the same woman that was here.
Alicia.
Okay.
And Sierra was also here at the time.
Yeah, she was awesome. Can I get you a beverage? Let me show you you've never been here? Let me show you the place. And I was just like, holy shit. Yeah. This place is awesome. And so anyone that I have spoken to, that is something that's the first thing I say. So it's wild that other people, it shows that there's just miserableness in their life, I guess.
And it's just too small of it. And that's what we kind of liked about going into business here is it's just too small of a community. Like, we grew up here. Like, we're hometown boys. We may have gone off and done other things, but this is still the place we grew up. And everybody knows everybody. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't even want to be an asshole because, like, you're being an asshole to one of your other friends' friends. Like, I went and checked out these people who gave us, because they put their names on Google. I went and checked out their Facebook. I have like 10 mutual friends with these people. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Thank
you for all the kind words.
I just found a funny one on a person that has a lot. So it's a huge company with a lot of vehicles. It just says, doesn't know that the left-hand lane on the freeway is for passing only. Wouldn't trust someone who doesn't know the basic laws of the road. This company I know has over 100 vehicles. So, like, who are you aiming that at? Like, it's not the agency's fault. And you actually can drive in the left lane if you're not passing. Does it irritate me too? But I don't think that's like a traffic offense. You know what I mean? If you're on the expressway. So I never really thought about it till you brought it up, but that's a good idea. We should research and try to find the funniest one-star reviews we can and have that be a segment in the middle or at the end, like who has the funniest one-star review.
The pettiest.
Yeah. The pettiest.
You
just
pettiest.
can't be an asshole in a town like this. You can't. Everyone knows everybody.
For sure.
I got flicked off by and I drive like fast. I drive fast.
Yeah.
Shh. But I drive fast. And this guy was honking at me and flicking me off, and he couldn't see that I had nowhere to go. And finally, I found a place to get over, and he sped around me and flicked me off, and big name of the company on the side of the truck. The name of that company, I won't say it. We don't need to even hint at it. But the president of that company, I call uncle.
Damn.
Like, it's not my real uncle, but close enough that I call him uncle.
Right.
Like, and I just, I texted. I didn't give the name. Back to the point of like not ruining somebody's life. I didn't give the truck number, whatever. I just said, hey, listen, like, this just happened. It has your name on it. Just wanted you to know, like.
Yeah.
And he was super appreciative that he's like, would you tell me who it was? No, it doesn't need to get fired, but maybe like a company-wide email would be nice.
Yeah.
Like, you just never know.
He's like, I'm already driving fast, and so I think that we should end something on a lighter note. And so the question I have is one that Chris is probably going to hate, and which is, what is like a guilty pleasure that you had at some time in your life that you thought was going to be beneficial to you, or B, was your, I guess, purpose maybe. So like for me, I'll start off early on in my life. I thought that I was going to be a rapper, and so there was a time in my life where I spent rapping and freestyling, and I remember we had this group. I'm from Point Place, and it's probably the whitest area in Toledo, and so we were a bunch of I wouldn't say privileged, but kind of privileged white kids, and our name was P3, which was a Point Place posse.
Stop it right now.
And we would freestyle in the back, and I was terrible. Like, I was really bad. And maybe I can find like an old recording somewhere.
You can just do it now if you want.
No, for sure. We hit a beat, put a beat on. You got to do 16 bars now.
There's no.
It doesn't matter. Just spit it. No, you can't do that. Yeah, come on. P3. I'll be your hype man. P3, baby. We out in these streets. Point Place.
He's the rapper.
No, I'm not. Go ahead. You got to do it. Nope. Let's go. TJ.
Yeah. It's gonna be so bad. Yo. Back in the day, it was P3 for life. All I wanted to do was smoke cigars and smoke them all night. Then I sat back and realized it wasn't tight. Here we go. Oh no, this is so bad. I don't care. All right, that's all I got.
That was good. You should have kept going.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
I need to see old footage.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Did you record any songs or mixtapes or anything?
We would just freestyle. A friend of mine, actually Redheaded Kyle, shout out Redheaded Kyle if you ever see this, he actually could rap, but he was like this white kid, 5'4", red hair, but he could, he actually could rap, and he would like bring people from the North End, and it was like Pumpkin would come over, if anybody knows who Pumpkin was early on, and Stink Bomb.
Shout out Stink Bomb.
They would come over and rap with Kyle, and he could rap, but it was, but I couldn't, But at one time I was like, this is what I'm gonna do,
That's what I'm gonna do in my life.
Yeah.
I have to say this. This is like more of an inside thing here, but in an alternate universe, we could have been sitting around watching your live of you rapping freestyle.
Yeah, shout out to that guy who we used to watch him rap. East Side Gun. If you want to come spit some bars sometime, let us know. It was a guy that we watched early on in the recovery process. But what was a guilty pleasure for you that you thought was like, man, maybe this is what I'm gonna do? Like you were like a cheerleader, maybe?
Get wrecked. Absolutely not. No. I don't know. I don't think I really ever I had anything that I thought like
Skateboarding, rollerblading.
No, I mean,
Did you try to skateboard?
I did skateboard for a short period. But I didn't, I didn't ever think.
No.
No, I will say I did revisit skateboarding maybe 2 years ago. My kids wanted to.
How'd that go?
So I was like, fuck it. So I got us all skateboards. And I'm like explaining to them, and so they start, we're just in the driveway. I go to just stand on the board. It was about 4.5 seconds, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. I will die.
Yeah.
Literally, I will die. I thought, though, that I was going to pick it back up.
It's a really hard sport.
It's so hard.
Yeah, it's a really hard sport.
I'm like, this is gross, because I was so concerned I was going to break something and then not be able to go to work. And I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever.
It's a really hard sport. I actually, the fun that you say that, Briley has a skateboard, and so she's like, oh, I don't want to learn how to skateboard. And I too was like, I used to be able to like, ollie and maybe like a little shove it or, kick flip once in a while, but nothing like the guys that they were really good at skateboarding when I, back in West Bloomfield, but it's not for old people.
No.
Yeah, I almost broke my ankle.
Crazy though, Cody at the studio, he keeps a skateboard at the shop. There's actually, I think, a video on my TikTok of it. He just one day just came flying out of the back. Still just
Still got
skateboarding.
it.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, sir. Nope.
I got a lot. I'll start with one that I won't comment on, but the Metasphere, there's this game that I play that actually equates to dollars at some point in the Metasphere. Anything you can do in the Metasphere, you can also do in the real world, real estate, all the things. But I won't comment on that one. For me, it was basketball. I was very athletic, and I played all sports but basketball going into high school. I switched in 8th grade from McCord to Burndale, which was a huge culture shift. I think Dressel mentioned in one of these episodes where he got into a fight at Burndale. Like, it was a whole different thing than McCord right here. Shout out the Trojans. But I made a decision that, like, I was tall and they always wanted me to play basketball, but I played up in every sport. I would play, like, if I was in fifth, I would play sixth. I would generally make the all-star team. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to stop it all and play basketball. I made a really good friend, and shout out Phil Hartwig. He's recently had some troubles, but he's home now and doing well and doing sober, and got to reconnect with him. But, like, that was my first ever, like, best friend. We look similar. I'll show him in show you him in the yearbook. But I wasn't that good at basketball, but I was all heart, determination, and effort my freshman year. So I would scrap for rebounds, and I became very good. And I worked at it all of freshman year with Phil, like we were gym rats. And then sophomore year, I was able to dunk off vertical, and then I got to the point where we could throw each other alley-oops and stuff like that. We played on 3-and-3s, and I stopped playing because he stopped playing, because you know how, like, you know, when you're in high school, that stuff matters for you, and he was ineligible for a year, and I quit, and I gave up basketball. But to make this story a little bit funny, I ended up going to prison, come home.
You went to prison?
Yeah, went to prison. It was a good time.
Is that where you got those glasses?
So I got the glasses, right? Yep, state glasses. Yep, for child molester specials. So I went to prison back, and then I went to the VOA, where I was able to enroll in Owens Community College. They don't allow that anymore. And funny enough, we're in a conversation with the VOA for business, which is wild to me. But me and my wife worked there. They were creating a position for me so that when people would come home from Toledo prison that were already enrolled in Owens, I would help facilitate them and get them into a normal life. The day the job was supposed to start, I had an office. I went through all these things to qualify, and they closed the position, which hurt my feelings and upset me. But then I looked at my wife, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna walk. At this point, let's see, 2007, I was near 30, right? And Owens has a very competitive basketball team.
So like 20 years ago?
Huh? Yeah. So I watched them play, and they were kind of, you know, they had won the championship like 5 years ago, but they weren't as good as they used to play. I watched a couple of their practices, and like the season, so you could still walk on, right? And I was sitting there with my wife, because we both went to school and worked there, and I'm like, I'm gonna walk on. Dead serious in my heart, like, I'm gonna walk on, I'm gonna make it. And the way that she laughed at me and told me that I didn't have a shot in hell, like, damaged me. And I still bring it up to her to this day. Like,
I'd be a professional basketball player if it wasn't for you.
Exactly. And she always rebuttals that, like, you didn't have a shot, and I was saving you for sure, multiple injuries of even trying. And I'll finish with this. I was also a really good roller skater. Like, I would go every weekend. That was, when you were old, that was the cool thing to do. I went all the time for girls. I could backward skate. I could line skate. I could do all the things. One source employee, there's probably 50 of my people there and their kids. And so, like, I strap up the skates at Ohio Skate, and I'm, in my brain, I'm gonna go do a line and show them how it's done, right? I'm ready. So I jump, and to preface this, I do not think that the ink was oiled properly. The rink did not have oil on it. It was very dry. But in my brain,
The sun was in his eyes.
I didn't have fear. I just knew it was like my normal thing. I'm ready to go, right? 2 steps out, bam, get up, no problem. Hit the next corner, bam, down. I'm hurt. My hat fell off. I'm like, the lady, the 14-year-old referee comes over, and in my brain, I'm like, oh, thank God, I need help up. She's going to help me up. Bends down, blows the whistle in my face and says, no hats on the rink. And I'm like, help me. So I get up, I lean against the wall, and at this point, like, dude, I'm seriously, like, questioning life, right? I'm like, all right, just go slow, just make it to the end. So I got probably within 20 feet to where you went off, went down again, and I was so hurt that I didn't even attempt to get back off. I just crawled on my hands and knees to get off the rink to look up to all the 40 people that were with me dying laughing. Like, it was a very humbling experience. And I'm so ignorant that in my brain I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have them oil this rink and go back out there and try it again. But I knew it would.
Did you have like the orange wheel daddy-os on and everything?
I had the regular old, But
They can lock those wheels for you.
something. I still believe it was I don't believe it was operator error. I believe it was equipment failure. I still believe that. Ohio Skate, I might have a pending lawsuit against you for lack of oil, proper oil.
What about you, Chris?
It's not. My childhood was not spent. It's not far off of yours, but it's not. It wasn't spent doing frivolous things that I thought maybe would be like a business someday or make money on, because I too was very athletic and I was very quick to excel at hockey. And from like 13-ish on, I spent every summer on the road training at various camps and with professional coaches and things like that. So like from 13 to 20, I was everything was a legitimate stepping stone to playing professional hockey. And not to toot my own horn, but like it wasn't like a pipe dream. Like it was a possibility. For whatever reasons, it didn't work out. I went to school, blah blah blah. I do have a funny story about getting back out there, though. I had been in my last year of junior hockey in Boston. I had been being recruited by a couple schools, not super seriously, but like big name schools. One of them was the school I ended up going to, University of Michigan. And one of my buddies, Brad Buck, by the way, on my high school freshman team.
Wait, you played college hockey for University of Michigan?
No, I did not.
Oh.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Shout out Brad Buck. He was on the freshman team with me at St. John's. We played varsity together. We won the state championship that year. We were being inducted into the Hall of Fame next month. So, yay.
He has to be related to Chad, though.
Who?
Chad Buck, we had on this show.
I don't think so.
They're all, the Bucks are the Bucks for Toledo, I'm pretty sure, but please continue.
Unless he had one older brother, genius, like engineer, went to Carnegie Mellon or something like that.
Chad, fact check this, get back to us.
Yeah, anyways, so Brad calls me up. He's also at University of Michigan. Says, hey, we got an intramural team. We need a goalie. I said, okay, fine. It's only been like 2 years since I hadn't played. So I said, I'll play. I'll play goalie for you. I went, got my equipment. I showed up there. First off, the equipment barely fit. I had gotten fat. Anyways, I go out there, I play. One of the things I was really good at goalie was playing the puck. I'm very agile, very good with the stick. I went out to play the puck on a clearing shot. I went to clear it back out of the zone. I shot the puck, skates overhead, fell backwards, whatever, embarrassing. Get back in, finish the game, get off the ice. Coach of Michigan's hockey team is standing right there, and he looks at me and goes, hey, by the way, 6'6" goalies with not a lot of us. He says, hey, Culver, right? I said, yes, sir. He goes, what the fuck happened to you? I said, sorry, coach. I just walked away. Because he had seen me do that. He remembered recruiting me. It was very embarrassing. And that was...
Did they score during the game on you?
Maybe once. I mean...
That's not bad performance, though. I mean, besides you biffed it.
It's intramural hockey. I just got done playing like semi-pro. Like, these kids were like... Yeah, whatever. These kids were actually thinking that they were going to go somewhere in hockey, like you know.
What was okay? So state championship, I heard.
Yeah.
If you were to like relive one moment of your hockey career, what would it be?
I went to Culver Military Academy. It's a boarding school. They're pretty well known for their hockey program. I got recruited to go play there. We were playing there my senior year. There's a tournament up in Wisconsin called the Gold Medal Classic. Guy on my team by the name of Ryan Suter's father owned the rink. Brian Suter went on to become and still plays in the NHL, but he will be a Hall of Fame defenseman. The kid was incredible. His father owned a rink. His father was on the 80 Olympic team.
That won the championship?
Miracle on Ice.
Oh, wow.
And so he had the tournament every year. The two big favorites every year are us and a team called Shattuck St. Mary's, which is probably one of the premier prep schools for hockey. When tie game went into a shootout, I think we lost in the shootout, but one of the people that I stopped in the shootout went on to become quite a famous hockey player too.
Nice.
So I would relive that. And there's tape of it somewhere. I can bring it in. His name was Zach Parise. You suck.
You suck, buddy. We hate you, and we'll give you a 1-star review.
Yeah. Did you glove it?
No, he tried to be too fancy. He had the point. The philosophical way you stop a breakaway is you need to make them make the decision first. So you come out, you cut off the angle, you're kind of matching your speed back. You want to be at the top of the crease when they're right on top of you. And you want them to make the decision first. He had done too many moves, whatever. I think he went to one side. Yeah, he was like quadruple deacon out there thinking he was in the Mighty Ducks. And I just made him make a decision. It wasn't a flashy save. It was just kind of like...
Yeah, but it was a big thing. Yeah. He was the guy you were worried about.
At the time, you knew he was good. You knew he was going to go to the NHL. You didn't know he was going to be Zach Parise, though.
Wasn't there something else that you played at a high level, though, too?
I was relatively good at lacrosse.
Lacrosse, that's right. Yeah. And then guitar, of course, right?
No, I'm not good at guitar. No, I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm good enough. I'm good enough. If I were, sorry, babe. If I were to go to a bonfire, I could probably play guitar as a way of getting laid. But that's about it.
He would never do that though, because he's a faithful man. We've already discussed that.
I love you.
Yeah, we've already discussed that. No, I love that. And so I think that's a kind of a good way to stop here. I apologize for the AI questions. I'm looking forward to his questions next.
Why would you give it to him a week in advance?
Yeah, well, you have it. It's already a week in advance, so we'll see what his questions are next week. And we still are looking for the cigar outfit.
I ordered it. I got to go look to see where the hell it is. I paid for it.
Nice.
Blame Temu, I guess. I don't know.
And so with that being said, we do have Tara here, and I would like to do a game real quick for something for her to win. So maybe if Coven, you want to come up with the questions.
What's happening?
It.
Yeah. So you're just he's gonna give you some questions to answer, and if you answer correctly, what happens is then you get to choose who does what and for why. So like, let's say he won the questions, and so I have to wear a cigar suit out front for 15 minutes and spin a sign or whatever. So like, you'll be able to kind of decide which one of us does something. Maybe it's for Toledo Tattoo, maybe it's for Get Farked, whatever that looks like. But you get to decide what that is. I can't lose every time.
Do I know what the thing is right now?
Maybe TJ has to get P3 tattooed somewhere.
Oh, for sure. Fortnite.
I'll pay
That
for
is phenomenal. Okay.
So
So that's it.
she
Make
get
it super easy if that's the punishment.
One question. What are their colors, their brand colors, Black Rose?
Black and red.
Oh, no.
Oh.
You shouldn't have picked me, bro. That's what you did.
Black and red.
Did you have a logo, or was it just?
Black and red.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So what do you want them to do? Are we doing the P3 thing?
Yeah.
Oh
Jesus
my God, that is it.
Yeah. 100%.
Posse, boy.
100%.
I'll pay for it right now.
I will
Eat
at
my words.
least
In $2 bills.
allow you to choose the placement.
This is terrible.
Could be any better.
Emma, where should the placement be?
Okay, fair. I would do the tattoo.
Why are you looking
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking if Josh makes a song, a rap song with 16 bars.
Okay.
I will.
Okay.
I feel like it's like a twofer here. Okay. While you are getting
I drop my
P3
16. While you're tattooing,
Yes.
am I drop my 16?
yes.
Deal.
Yep.
Fair.
Donnie Knotts, get a beat ready. Pause. I'll see you soon.
All right. Well, that wraps up an episode, and I guess I'm gonna have a P3 tattoo. Hopefully not on my face. So.
And I guess I'm back in the rap game, and instead of management, I'm talent this time. I definitely have the voice for it, as you can hear.
And once again, thank you, Black Rose, for hosting us here. If you like cigars and you want to have a what's the word I'm looking for? A all-around shop that offers up everything that you need as far as cigars go, from humidors to cigars and knowledge and colors and coordination, and a beautiful place, and bar none the best in town. It's definitely not a vape shop. Come in here and get into the program, because the loyalty program actually is amazing, and I've saved a lot of money.
I'd like to say that you should join this is the VIP lounge. And I think you should join this, because not only do you get a beautiful locker with your name on it, we don't have many spots left, but me personally, how long have you been open?
4 months.
In 4 months plus the extra free week in advance we've got, I've probably been a party to at least $1 million of relationships and business ideas that have been completed through here. And it's a pretty awesome thing of like, we'll be sitting there having a conversation, and there might be a guy over here annoyed that we're so loud, but then we have a conversation together and give him an idea. We've received a few ideas that were then monetized. So like, I view this place as my secondary office, and whatever it costs for a year back here, it's not much either. It's well worth it, because you can develop relationships both personally and business that are actually gonna pay for itself. So I would implore you to come at least check it out and hang out. It's dope, and you get to be friends with Chris if you're lucky enough. That there is an extra charge to be friends with him, but it's worth it.
Thank you.
That's a wrap.